What's up, everybody? This is Kermit the Frog. I actually remade this video. You know, I had the video ready to go this morning, but then, as the day went by, I started, looking at some more stuff and, get my opinions all in order and everything. But, all right, so you see it's a black screen. So it's about the, New Orleans Saints. Let's crack open a cold one. Alrighty, boys. So this is gonna not shock a lot of people. Tyler Shough. The more I look at this pick, the more it's just like, what the fuck, What the fuck are they thinking? Seriously, I need to know. The only thing that I could have come up with is that this is like competition and a way to like boost Rattler's confidence. Like, hey, if you could beat this second round quarterback, then you're the starter, or something like that. But it's like, you didn't have to draft anyone to do that. You didn't have to draft anyone to do that. Like, obviously we know Jake Haener is garbage, and I told people that. You know what? It's crazy. It's the Derek Carr fans. If you guys see him, his name is Derek who dat Carr. It's a dude who runs around just talking about, how bad every other quarterback is compared to Derek Carr. The guy's a clown, but yeah, man. He's a clown like a motherfucker. He was one of those people that said that Jake Haener was going to be, some god, which is, I think it's insanity for that, bro. He's obviously bad. And actually, I was, commenting in the community, and he decided to try to troll me or whatever. He said something like, book it, dart at 9. Rattler and Sanders and Milroe and Cam Ward. Obviously, he's a racist, but obviously he's a racist. He named every black quarterback in the draft and was like, they all suck compared to Dart. And they'll never be as good as him. I'm like, bro, he has yet to play a game. And then as soon as we picked, Shough, I was like, I go back and comment to him. I'm like, hey, man, what happened? Dart at 9? What happened? Kelvin Banks looks nothing like Jackson Dart. Man, oh, man. But I will say that the Giants had a good draft. I think they really did, man. I think Cam Skattebo, that dude's a beast. I don't know why we didn't get him. I think he could be better than Ashton Jeanty, truly. But, that aside, man, I just don't know what's going on with this QB position. Like, we drafted him, right? He has to start day one. He has to be Spencer Rattler. He absolute has to, or the pick is wasted. I don't think people understand that. Or maybe people do understand that. Because I haven't really seen, too many people that are like, oh, yeah, man, this guy's going to be great. You know what? And he might be. He might end up being, the next big thing or whatever. But I don't see it. He hasn't. Dude's 26? About to be 27? He's played 40 games in college? What? Dude's ancient. He's old. Okay, and then people are going to be like, well, how old was this person? I actually saw this. Someone asked, how old was Kurt Warner when he got drafted or whatever, and when he got into the NFL. Well, he was 23. All right. Yeah. And then the same person asked, well, how old was Taysom? I was like, oh, well, BYU players usually go on their, Mormon thing. And that's why he came in the league pretty old. I mean, that's just, how it happens. I mean, I'm not mad at any of, the line picks. I just wish that we would get out of the cycle, Nobody wants to be picking a lineman every year, and that's just what the Saints do. The past however many drafts we've taken 10 linemen. That's crazy, man. They've all been busts. They've all been busts. I mean, Ramczyk was pretty good, but I'm pretty sure he was with, the 2018 or 2017 draft class. So he's done. There's only, one player left from that draft class, and that's Alvin Kamara. And the reason why I wanted to get Cam Skattebo is because of that. Alvin Kamara is 30, about to be, if he's not already 30 years old, he might be 28, 29. I don't remember how old he is. But I know he's up there, and he's almost 30. So why not go get probably the second best running back in the draft? You can all have your opinion. I don't care who you think is the best running back. Could be Ashton Jeanty. It could be that dude from Ohio State, which sucks because I live in Ohio and I can't remember his name. I think it's Hendrick something. It's something. Can't remember right now. But I do think Skattebo is probably second, if not first. There's no telling. Ashton Jeanty was a beast, but that's just my opinion. You can disagree all you want. I won't care. Yeah. It's just kind of mind-boggling, bro. I don't get why not bolster the offense and just go in with Spencer Rattler and just, let him sink or swim. He's already, and you know what? All right, let me get this out the way, all right? People say Spencer Rattler sucks, all right, because he didn't win a single game last year, all right? So I need those same people to tell me what quarterback would succeed, all right, with their coach getting fired mid-season, having probably the 32nd offensive line in the league, having your 1, 2, and 3 receivers out, just gone, all right? Having Alvin Kamara, who's injured, no Taysom Hill, a horrible defense. The Saints defense had to have been dead last because they gave up. They gave up in a lot of games at certain points. They just gave up and was just like, we don't care. You could see it in the Tampa Bay game. They gave up. They didn't care if Mike Evans got that, however many yards. They didn't give it to him. So, yeah. I just need those same people to, tell me what quarterback would succeed with all that stuff going on. Bad line, no receivers, no Taysom Hill, no X Factor, no anything, nothing good. This was an F situation last year. F situation. There was no way you can expect a rookie quarterback to beat 6 playoff teams. That's not going to happen. That's not realistic. That's not realistic. All right? That's just not. All right? We could see the flashes of him playing awesome. And we could see the shit that he needs to work on. I'm not sitting here saying he's flawless. I'm saying he's probably the best option. Think about it. All right? You want to see how good every all right, this is more or less the delusional Saints fans that say this. They say tank for Arch. But Arch isn't even starting, all right? And he's not going to declare next year, all right? So it's like, why are, they're too delusional to, and they're beyond casual football players. They don't really know what's going on. yeah, man, I just don't get, like, I think it's just like, I like Derek Carr, and because Rattler is not Derek Carr, I have to hate him. I have to hate him because he's not Derek Carr. I feel like that's the reasoning. I feel like that's the reasoning. Like, if Shuck turns into freaking Josh Allen, oh, well, then hell yeah, we hit it. We did it. But what I think is also a possibility is like, all right, no matter how bad Shuck is, Rattler doesn't get his shot. Rattler's like, you know what? Screw this. I'll go somewhere else. And he goes somewhere else, and he pulls a Zach Bond and becomes Defensive Player of the Year or MVP. That's the last thing the Saints need to happen right now. Trey Hendrickson, Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, Von Bell. I mean, this list can keep going. It really can keep going. I'm not going to keep going because I just don't feel like getting into all the names, man. It's disheartening. It truly is disheartening, watching it happen, and there's nothing you can do. It's not like you can call Kellen Moore and be like, "Hey, dumbass, get a running back." Get a running back in the second. You can't call him and do that. You probably could. Yeah, man, it really boggles my mind with what the direction is. So basically, what I've I already said it. I've come to to rest on the opinion that maybe this is just to boost Rattler's confidence. This guy. I don't even think I could say that because his numbers are so comparable to Jalen Milroe's. I think Jalen Milroe is a terrible quarterback. There are really bad quarterbacks. I think he's Malik Willis bad. I think he's that bad. But even then, I think Malik Willis has better accuracy and a better ability to see the field than Milroe. All I needed to see was Milroe miss a receiver 3 times on one route. All right, this dude was open. I think most of you know what clip I'm talking about. That's all I needed to see, and then I did, some more research. And there's just videos of, 10-minute, 15-minute montages of people just, clowning this dude because he can't throw. Sure, he's got a deep ball. All right, every quarterback should have a deep ball. But he can't throw 5 yards in front of him. He can't throw 10 yards in front. He actually sucks. He sucks. So I'm glad we didn't, pick him. And then there's people that say, "Oh, well, coaching will get that right out of him." I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't want a quarterback just first instinct take off when I don't see anything. And that's not what Rattler does. Rattler, he actually reads the field. He actually goes through his progressions. We saw this. If you're going to sit there and say that you didn't see it, you're just hating. You just don't like him, and you don't want him to be quarterback. All right? And that's not what analysis should be. That's just your feelings coming into play. Oh, I think Rattler sucks because he's not the quarterback that I like. That is where most people, get their information or just go to. They go straight to that. I hate Rattler. He's played 7 games for probably the worst team in the entire NFL. You could say the Browns are bad. All right, I live in Ohio, so I know just how bad they are. But I mean, it feels like the Saints are just straight up incompetent. Yeah, you gave Deshaun Watson, that giant contract. That's incompetence, but I mean, why would you sign Derek Carr to a $150 million 4-year deal when you knew you weren't going to keep him for 4 years, and you knew that he had never won a playoff game, and you knew that he just got cut because I don't even want to talk about that dude, man. I really don't. I don't even want to talk about him, but I just want him off the football team. I really do. I can't stand him. I don't know, man. But like I said, I think that this could just be, a confidence booster or a competition booster for Rattler. I don't know, man. I don't know, but like, here's the thing: if Shuck, beats out Rattler, then he has to actually be good like day one, week one, and he can't get hurt. He can't have a freak accident. You can't do none of that. But the thing is, like, say he does get hurt. Say he does start and he gets hurt, right? And then Rattler comes in and then he just, completely just balls out. What do you do then? What do you do then? You bench Shuck and then admit that you just wasted a pick? That's the thing. You have to admit that you waste a pick if this does not work out. If Shuck is not at least better than, like, I don't even know who to comp this guy to. I don't even know who to compare this guy to, man. I mean, everyone's saying that. This was funny. I seen this. My dude Jeff, he he said everyone's comparing this guy to Derek Carr. Well, shit, we haven't even got rid of Derek Carr, the real one yet. So let's not, I mean, obviously Derek Carr was never good in the Saints uniform. It's a weird draft, dude. And I really do hope Moore knows what he's doing, because if he doesn't, like, I don't know, man. Don't know. But at the end of the day, I do want everything to work out. If Shuck does great, awesome. If Rattler ends up being QB1, awesome. I just want to be excited to watch Saints football again. I really do. I'm not excited to watch Derek Carr go out there for 10 games and then fucking, scam the franchise. Oh, man. So, I don't know. Give me, your guys' thoughts on what you think. I don't like the idea of drafting Shuck in the second round. He would have been there in like the third or fourth, maybe even the fifth. Just because that injury history. I mean, shit, we watched Will Johnson slide. We watched him slide because of injury or whatever. So, yeah. Yeah, man. I don't know, dude. We watched him literally slip and slide because of injury, and we get Shuck in the second round. So all I can come up with is, like, this is just for Rattler, just for him to have competition, because who's he going to compete against? Ben DiNucci? Jake Haener again? If you made it this far in the video, be sure to like, share, or engage in the conversation. You can comment whatever you want. You can if you are a Rattler hater and you're a Shuck hater and you love Derek Carr and you think he's the best quarterback to ever grace any football field, let me know. I don't care. You might get clowned in the comments by, actual Saints fans, but I don't know, man. Shuck, odd pick. Very odd. Very, very odd indeed. I don't really agree. Don't agree. And I think I'm on some bets. There's a lot of people that bet me that Dart would be a Saint, and I'm like, it's not happening, dude. I don't see it. I don't see the Saints taking any of these QBs in the first round. Like, yeah, they were about to pick Patrick Mahomes, but he was a first round talent, So I don't know if we'll ever, come across that again. I don't know if we'll ever come across like a prospect like Pat Mahomes ever again. But if Rattler's not it, if Shuck isn't it, because we damn sure know Haener and Carr, the Fresno State QBs, definitely aren't it. Maybe we'll run across that guy. So I don't know. I think my prediction at the end of the day is that Rattler will be QB1. And if I had a second prediction, I would say, like, maybe Shuck, he is QB1. And then, like, I don't know, maybe he just doesn't perform as well. And then Moore's just like, hey, let's get out there, Rattler. You know, run my system, and you know, we'll go from there. But for right now, we just don't know what's going to go on. I think this is like, I just don't need this to be like a Tommy Stevens type pick. Like, that dude was a quarterback, and we used him like a tight end or whatever. We tried to turn him into Taysom Hill, and it didn't work. Like, you didn't even give this guy a chance to be QB. So, I don't know, guys. Like I said before, like, share, sub, conversate with each other, cuss each other out. I don't give a damn. Let me know how you guys are feeling about the New Orleans Saints draft. I think I have a pretty good idea of what you guys are going to say anyway, because I share the same sentiments. But for now, I'm Kermit the Frog. This has been me and the pond, and I will see you in the next video, which will be coming probably very soon. Very, very soon. All right, guys. Peace out.